In this video, I'm going to show you how to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Iz. His iconic version is on ukulele, but I'll show you how to play this one on guitar. I'll guide you through 4 levels of strumming so you can start playing this one right away. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. Maggie May is a little sleepy. I'm Kevin and my wife Vicky's behind the camera.
Hello.
Let's get started. I have had a blast this past week working this song out for you guys. I really liked it before, but now it's becoming one of my all-time favorites. So Iz plays this one on the ukulele, and we're going to be putting a capo on our 5th fret of our guitar just to get our guitar to sound a little more ukulele-like. That's not an easy thing to say. The ukulele has 4 strings. This lesson is gonna concentrate a lot of stuff happening more on these high 4 strings of the guitar. A little more chimey, okay? Let me play this intro for you, and then I'm gonna talk you through, my suggestion is to kind of approach this in like strumming levels to get there, okay? But the intro sounds something like this. Into the oohs and the ahs. So before we kind of talk about the chord progression for this intro, let's really concentrate on our rhythm. So just mute your strings, you don't need to play any chords. And to get to this, I think there's a logical progression. And the first thing to do is just 4 down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of a fast song, about 90 beats per minute. But you can slow it down and kind of, speed it up as you get better, get more muscle memory going. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's level 1 if you're brand new. The second level is going to be adding, we're going to double that up. We're going to do an 8th note pattern with down up strums. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then the third level, we're going to accent the 2nd and 4th beat of that pattern. So instead of just doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those accents, as I bob my head, those accents on 2 and 4, I found it the easiest to tap my toe on that 2 and 4 beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so you can't see my toe, but it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then what I'm doing for the kind of the final version is I am palm muting the lower notes on the guitar, the lower strings, string 6, 5, and a little bit of 4. So I'm resting the palm of my hand right here on the strings, but just on those lower strings, so the high ones can still ring out. So you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, I'm just palm muting 1 and, then I'm going down and accenting 2, then back up on and just repeating that over 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And you don't have to be super precise with the palm muted notes. As long as you're playing the lower notes on the guitar, you'll be okay. So if we apply this to the intro, the chord progression for the intro, you need to know a G chord. I'm going to recommend playing a 4-finger G chord for this song. It just gives us a little chimey, a little more ukulele-like. How many times in the song can I say ukulele-like? Yeah. G with 4 fingers, a D, E minor, and C. And then he does throw in a C add 9 at the end of the phrase. C add 9, just add your pinky to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then take it back off to get back to that C chord. So let's do the levels here. Level 1. And that's C add 9, and C. Level 2. fret 9, C, level 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Accent the 2 and the 4. If you like this lesson so far and you're getting something out of it, we would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. It helps other folks on YouTube see the lesson too. And then finally, the last one that I think sounds, this version right there, that sounds fine. We can do that the whole song and you're totally golden. But I think it sounds a little more like the ukulele when we add in those muted lower notes. So you have... It's kind of like a train. I say this like with the Johnny Cash songs.
It does sound like that.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we get into the oohs and the ahs of this one. So pretty. So nothing changes with our strum pattern. So depending on your level, choose a pattern just at the beginning and stick with it through the whole song. I'm going to be doing this in that kind of fourth level muted down or muted low notes. So the intro, we stretch out the chords a little more. The chords progression for the intro is G, then a B minor. If you can play a bar chord, then by all means do a B minor bar chord here. But honestly, since we are kind of targeting and thinking of our guitar and those high fourth strings to kind of mimic the sound that he gets, you can also just play a D chord wherever there's a B minor. Which only happens like one time, a couple times I should say. And we have a C and a G, then back to a C, then a B minor 7, E minor, and C. So the intro, kind of part 2 I would call it, with the oohs and the ahs, goes like this. Great chord progression. How do you not go like this though? Ooh, like that. To learn 3 classic rock songs on the guitar, check out the link in the description below. I've got my free song lesson bundle, complete with the chord charts, the lyrics, the tablature, everything you need. Check it out in the link below. Again, just choose your level, and also if you need to slow down the tempo, that's totally fine. And let me play that D here instead of the B minor just to show you. So I'll slow it down a bit. When you're playing that D chord in place of that B minor, if that's what you're doing, only hit the top 3 strings. You don't want to, you could get even more fancy and add your pinky here to that 4th string, 4th fret. But really you can just get by with the D in my opinion. Just play the high notes though. Then we get to the verse. I'll play this one through for you and then we'll break it down. So it sounds like this. Somewhere So sit on your couch before you learn any of the chords or the progressions. Just sit on your couch, mute your strings. If you're going to move up to maybe try the 3rd pattern, start there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But the chord progression for the verse, and one thing to remember with this song, that intro where the chords go by pretty quick, The intro, they only get one pattern each. After that, every chord in the song gets 2 patterns. And he did an incredible job of like kind of making this song. His voice is great and his arrangement's great. So verse chords there. There's a verse 1, then a verse 2. And then we get to the bridge, which is probably my most favorite part of the song. Let me play it for you here, and we'll talk about it. I wish upon a star, wake up behind me. G, I, E minor. I just noticed that the bridge is the same chord progression as the first intro. We're just hanging on the chords a little bit longer. So choose your pattern of choice. And then each of these chords get 2 of those patterns. You guys will notice, like, don't stress too much over being perfect with a strum pattern. As long as what I found, as long as I'm tapping my toe on that 2nd and 4th beat, and I'm just making sure I always get to that accented 2 and 4, which is, I remember it because I'm tapping my toe at the same time. You can have a few flubs and your pick can move around and you can have a few things as long as you're staying steady with the part. Up next, check out this video where I've got 4 songs using just 4 chords. Great tunes in there, so check that out next. Remember that Vicky and Maggie and I appreciate your views, your support here on YouTube. It's been amazing. We'll see you for the next lesson, and until then, also remember, like I'm telling you enough, that you're never too old to learn.
Take care.